Wow, this blouse is so cute. But it costs 8,000 yen. I think this is gonna be all sold out by the time I save up enough. My name is Yuna, and I'm a second-year junior high school student. Lately, I've been interested in fashion and makeup, and I've been doing a lot of research using various magazines and videos. Right now, I enjoy cheap fashion that I can buy with my pocket money, but sometimes I want to buy clothes from my favorite brands. All my friends buy cute clothes too. Oh well. My family can't afford anything luxurious right now because my father, a graphic designer, collapsed from overworking 2 years ago. But after taking a break, he quit his job and started his own business from scratch. He originally started out with no contracts with anyone, and his income is not stable. Add the fact that he's now 50 years old, it seems that he chose to become independent because it was difficult to change jobs at that age. So, I think that's how our family is getting by using up our savings little by little. My carefree mother remains a full-time housewife, and my father told me not to worry about the money going into the family. He told me to ask him if I wanted something, but I can't be selfish for his sake. Well, I'll look for a similar blouse at MoniRobo. On my way to the living room, I met my brother and my mother at the entrance.
Shit.
What do you mean, shit? Your brother and I are going out for a bit. Sure. Wait, Mom, is that bag from MoniRobo? It's the first time I've ever seen that blouse, too. MoniRobo is a super high-end brand that everyone knows and admires, and even a small bag can cost hundreds and thousands of yen. Yes, darling. I pulled it out from the back of the closet recently. This blouse was a gift, you see. You've been getting a lot of gifts lately, haven't you? Lately, my mom has been wearing clothes and carrying bags that I've never seen her wear or carry before. Have I really? I have a friend who likes fashion a lot, so she gives them to me after she has too many clothes. Huh. If it was just Mom, I might have understood, but when Mom started wearing new fashions, my brother was also doing the same. Wait, aren't your clothes from South Face? Your shoes are definitely from Mochi, too. South Face is a casual brand, but their products are dozens of times more expensive than MoniRobo, and Mochi is as high-end as MoniRobo. There's no way my brother, a university student with no part-time job, could afford such fashion items, but it seems he's been wearing only fashionable and expensive clothes lately. Isn't the timing too good for the two of them to be like this?
So what?
Did someone buy them for you?
I got all this as a present. This is normal for university students, see? Not that you'd understand.
Seems suspicious. Come on, let's go. We're going to be late.
Sure.
Wait a minute. I want to come too. I want nice clothes like he does, Mom. We can't afford that, honey. But just you and my brother, Mom? That's not fair. Don't be selfish, honey. It's not like I buy them, you know.
That's right. It's not like we're buying them, Yuna.
But if you're going out now, I want to come too. No, you can't.
That's right. You can stay home quietly like a good girl, okay?
Yeah, my brother and mother have been going out together a lot recently. My brother was still rebellious even after becoming a university student, but suddenly they became pretty darn close. And moreover, he got some new clothes. Could he be working part-time nowadays? But if that's the case, there's no need to go out with Mom. Oh, you can eat dinner without us tonight, honey. Huh? Dad's coming home, right? He said something about a business meeting.
Is he really having business meetings, though?
Who knows? Okay then, we're off. Wait a second! Without even hearing my reply, the two of them left the house. Mom's attitude towards Dad became so cold recently, too, even though he's working his absolute hardest nowadays. I went to the living room, made some hot cocoa, and decided to take a break. Might as well watch some videos. Oh, MoniRobo's been updated today. Today's theme is Bon Vivian older brother helps Mom with her affair. He's richer than you anyway, Dad. LOL. However, her lover's company goes bankrupt and a bunch of them come crying back to Dad. About a dozen minutes into the video, I strangely felt like it was related to my own family. Wait a minute. Do stories as horrible as this happen in real life all the time? What if my brother knew about my mother's affair, and the guy whom she'd had an affair with bought them all kinds of things to keep him quiet about the truth? My suspicions now all make sense. No, maybe she has some secret savings stashed away somewhere. Maybe he has a lot of money that I didn't know about. Okay, let's follow them in secret. It was about a 15-minute walk from my house to the nearest station, and since the two of them had walked out, I could just make it onto the same train as them if I went on my bicycle. I pedaled my bike as hard as I could and headed there at full speed. I made it! Where are the two of them? Heading into the second car. Good. I lined up to board the sixth car, the furthest away, and after getting on the train, I moved to the third car next to where they were. I could see them through the small window. I'd come this far, but what should I do if they were really having an affair? Dad would be shell-shocked. But it would be even more painful to deceive him. There were a lot of people getting on and off at the station in the city, so it was easy to hide within the crowd. When I passed through the ticket gate, there was a man waving at them with a smile on his face. Who the hell? He's younger than Mom, about 30 years maybe. Ayato, darling.
Miss Keiko.
Nice to see you, sir.
Thank you, Kenya, for your cooperation.
Cooperation? Thanks, Kenya. We haven't been caught just yet. It's easy to leave the house, too. Well, Yuna did say she wanted to come with me today, which was a bit of a problem.
She's so freaking annoying.
Kenya, buddy, here's your allowance for today. Please be careful not to tell anyone.
Thank you.
So it is an affair after all? I wasn't shocked. More than anything, I was really sad that my father would be crestfallen.
Well then, I'll be off.
Okay, honey, be careful. Kenya and Mom went their separate ways here. Makes sense now that they always come home separately. Shall we go, Ayato dear?
Sure.
Mom! I called out, but she didn't hear anything. The two of them linked arms and disappeared into the city. I didn't want to see my mother link arms with a man I didn't know. Hell no! With that thought in mind, I took a photo and trudged my jumbled up soul home, mixed feelings plaguing me all the while. I'm home.
Welcome back, dear.
Dad, you're early.
Oh, the business negotiations went smoothly. More to the point, though, you seem a bit depressed.
Not really, Dad.
You sure? Glad you're doing okay, then.
To tell him or not to tell him? That is the question.
Oh, that's right. There's something I wanted to ask you, sweetheart.
What is it?
The business negotiations went well this time and I landed a huge contract, so I thought that I would give Mom a surprise present.
For Mom?
What are you so surprised about? Oh, I have a present for you and Kenya too, don't worry.
No, that's not it, Dad.
Well, I've caused my family a lot of trouble these past 2 years after all. Plus, Mom's birthday is coming up soon. I want to celebrate with her, okay? But, what exactly do women like, Yuna? I haven't got a clue, and I'm not too familiar with women's brands either.
I see. Dad doesn't know much about brands in general, so he doesn't notice anything strange about Mom's clothes. Dad loves Mom so much it aches my heart sometimes, but when it comes to her, anger started to bubble up within me. Maybe if I just kept quiet, all would be well in the end. But I can't lie so straightforward to Dad like this. I'll end up just like my brother. But... I was so conflicted inside, not knowing what the right thing to say was.
Yuna, are you seriously okay?
Dad, I'm sure Mom would be so happy with anything you chose. It took so much courage to say that.
I see, but it's still pretty darn difficult.
Going on a trip somewhere might be good. Oh, I know. Maybe going on a trip will bring the two back together.
That's a great idea. I'll think about it. Thank you, sweetie.
No problem. My heart ached so much when I beheld Dad planning a trip with a smile on his face, even at dinner.
What would be a good place? Maybe like Hokkaido? Or maybe Okinawa?
Dad was always talking about that trip. I can't take this anymore. When we finished dinner, the two of them came home. So they came home together today.
We're home!
We're home!
Welcome back.
Where did you guys go today?
Huh? I already told you we were going downtown. Have you forgotten already? Are you okay?
Just the two of you with Mom? What are you talking about? I saw you! I saw you walking arm in arm with a young man, and I also saw Kenya receiving a bundle of cash from the same guy. Where is this coming from, young lady? Don't be so perverse, just because I didn't give you permission to come with us today. It's not nonsense! Both of you have been wearing a lot of new clothes lately.
I thought I told you that they were presents, Yuna.
That's a lie! I saw everything!
Such an annoying bitch. Show us all the evidence then, huh?
Here you go! I showed everyone the photo I took at the ticket gate. While the people in question were far away and their faces were unclear, but her family would recognize the woman in the photograph as my mother. She was also wearing the same clothes and accessories. What the?
Yuna, tell me this is fake.
It isn't. I'm sorry.
There's no need for you to apologize, honey. Mom, what's the meaning of this?
Isn't this just the perfect timing, Mom? Come on, let's head to Mr. Ayato's place.
Huh?
Ayato is the company president at such a young age, and he's also manly and a true role model for me, wildly different from my poor, sickly excuse of a dad.
My brother has always hated my dad, calling him boring and creepy amidst other nasty things. Personality-wise, they're the complete opposite. Of course, Dad was also very affectionate towards his son, but... Kenya!
And as for you, you are so freaking annoying, asking where we're gonna go every time we're going out and complaining whenever I buy new clothes.
How about you say something, Mom?
Kenya's absolutely right. Ayato asked me if I could live with him. You see? I was wondering how to bring up the divorce, but you made things much easier. I'm sick of this lifestyle. I can't afford any luxuries. But that's just for now. It's been fine up until now, hasn't it? Well, we may have been able to live a decent life, but that can't compare to what darling Ayato has to offer. Besides, he's handsome and has an amazing sense of style, so I have nothing to complain about.
Is that so?
Mom, Dad did literally everything so that you could be happy.
Don't say anything more, honey. It's fine. It's true that I'm also at fault, and I made them both suffer.
Ah, there you go again. Even in this situation, you're so weak that you don't get angry and just swallow everything that reality throws at you. I really hate that with such a passion. Don't you have your own opinion, nah? You can't even say anything to your own son. So frickin' lame. All that's left of your bitch ass is that putrid denture cream stench.
It certainly does smell like that. I always do my laundry separately after all. How about if you put on a spray of cologne or two? Darling Ayato smells so good, you know. Both of you, stop it already.
Ah, yes, of course. Your Highness. Well then, Mom, let's go to Mr. Ayato's place.
All right then. I actually prepared the divorce papers already, you see? Please fill them out and submit them to City Hall, okay? And with that, the two of them left with only the bare minimum of luggage. I'm sorry, Daddy, if I hadn't said anything. But when I found out the truth, I just couldn't lie to you.
Oh no, sweetheart, no, it's fine. I should be sorry. I've lost both your mother and your brother.
No, I'm okay with that. I was actually sad, though, to be honest. I was also so regretful to know firsthand that one word could destroy an entire family. But I guess I would feel even more guilty if I continued to stay silent. In the end, no matter what path I took, I'm sure I would have regretted it someday.
Yuna, how about both you and I go on a nice little trip together?
Huh?
Oh, it's the trip that I was supposed to go on with Mom. I actually already had it booked for 3 days starting tomorrow.
Dad looked so lonely as he said that, and tears spilled down my face. Tomorrow is Sunday, and the next day is a national holiday. I'd be absent from school only on Tuesday. But I went on a trip with my dad. The sashimi and ramen are delicious, Dad.
I guess the real deal tastes different from all the copycats after all.
Oh, wait, it's a call from Kenya. I put the phone on speaker so Dad could hear too. Yeah?
Where are you now?
You hate it when other people ask where you've been, but you still ask people now, don't you, huh?
Shut up, ever heard of time and place, eh? Answer my question, where the heck are you? I don't have a key.
Where I am is none of your business, is it? What do you want?
Come back right now, I can't get into the house now, can I?
Wait, need I remind you you freaking left? It's not your house anymore.
It's snowing outside, it's so goddamn cold I just know I'm gonna catch something.
You can go to a friend's house or whatever. Seems like you have a rich friend who gives you high-end goods on the daily, too.
They're all not home at the moment, coincidentally.
Come to think of it, I haven't heard anything about his friends. The anonymous person who gave him so many presents must have been the Ayato guy. Maybe you don't have any friends.
Yes, I do.
Kenya, are you with your mother?
Who cares about that old bitch?
Weren't you on Mom's side yesterday?
That bastard Ayato abandoned me, see? He told me he would live with my mom now and that I was just in the way. And after everything I did to cooperate with him...
Didn't Mom stop him?
She freaking told me to go the hell back to Dad. I mean, what kind of parent would abandon their own child?
I guess Mom is probably blind to Ayato and wants to spend her life with him as a woman. It's a bit selfish of her for sure, but I have no room for sympathy for my brother. But I can't help but suppose Dad will accept him back. Or so I thought.
Don't you dare come back!
Even though I wasn't on the receiving end of it, I was shocked and scared shitless to see the absolute fury on my gentle father's face for the first time in my life.
Huh?
I told you not to come back! You're already 20 years old, you can be independent.
What the hell, Dad? I'm still a university student.
So what? You can get a student loan and live off of that. If that's not possible, then just drop out or whatever.
Why would you say that?
You were the one who told me to speak my mind, were you not? And you said something about being manly, but what about you, huh? Don't you have the manliness to be independent, huh? Anyways, we won't be coming back for 2 more days.
Huh? Where the hell are you?
And I told you it's none of your business. Anyway, I'm going to enjoy the remaining 2 days of such a nice trip with my dad.
A trip? Hey, why?
Kenya will be saying something, but Dad pressed the end button.
Whew, it's tiring to be so angry, huh?
I was so surprised, Daddy. That was the first time I'd seen you like that. And I enjoyed the rest of the trip with him. 2 days later, when we got home, we found someone laying on the steps before the front door. Kenya?
Yuna, did you come home?
Why were you outside? There must be a place to stay, like an internet cafe or something.
I only had enough money for food. Besides, I thought that if I missed you guys coming home, then I wouldn't be able to get in.
Even if you didn't miss us coming home, you still wouldn't be able to get in anyway.
Please, Dad. Please open up. Please. I'm so sorry, okay? I was wrong. I was so wrong. Please, I'll do anything.
I'll give you 6 months, okay? During that time, you take care of everything around yourself. You save up your own money and you move in 6 months. Under that one condition, I will let you inside.
I got it, okay? I got it. Please, just let me in. It's too cold.
Since that day, Dad and Kenya hardly spoke to each other. Dad has a stubborn side, so I'm sure he's still holding a grudge against my brother for what he said to him. He worked part-time as an izakaya downtown and moved out 6 months later, as promised. Well, I guess it's more like he was kicked out. He started living in a run-down apartment in the neighborhood, so saving up didn't exactly work out as planned. At one point, I thought our family would fall apart completely, and I was worried about what would happen to me. But living together just with Dad is so comfortable. I was starting to think that way, but who is it? Dad, Mom's here.
Interesting. Let's let her inside.
Really?
Sure.
Dad seemed to know something and was very calm. I'm finally back home. My first impression of when seeing her for the first time in a while, Mom looked somewhat haggard.
Back home? You left, didn't you?
I'm so sorry. I realized something when I left, you see. I still love you, honey. And you too, Yuna. I'm so sorry. Yeah, sure. It's just a rebellious phase you have going on.
We're already divorced, so stop calling me honey.
It's fine, honey. We'll get back together, no problem.
What the hell do you think you're talking about? I am not getting back together with you, and I am going to demand alimony. You'll get a notice from the lawyer soon.
Wait a minute. I don't have that kind of money.
That Ayato dude, he is rich, isn't he?
Yes, well, Ayato's company is suffering from a huge loss and is on the verge of bankruptcy.
Do you just abandon men who don't have money, Or do you have the intention of working hard together like a woman should?
Well, that's why I'm saying I'll work hard, together with you again. You're so close to collaborating directly with Moniclo, aren't you? So it must be hard to take care of the home, right? Leave it to me. That's okay. I can take care of that. But you have other studies, right? Sure, but that's not a problem. We bought a robotic vacuum cleaner and dishwasher, which makes things easier. Really? But there are some things that machines can't take care of. They're better than you. You are so...
Anyway, that's how it is. Get out already.
But you have no place here anymore, Mom. In the first place, this is all your fault. If you had kept quiet, our family wouldn't have ended up like this. I would have gotten along well with your father again. Right back at you, Miss Adultery Cheater. You shouldn't have had an affair. Without that, none of this would have happened. Don't interfere with the affairs of us adults. There are some things you children still don't understand. But even I can understand that having an affair is the worst. Don't act like you know. You've cheated on me a few times before, haven't you?
Don't put me in the same category as you, okay? Get out! Your perfume stinks so bad you're gonna freak up my house.
For real, Mom's perfume really has some old grandmotherly scent to it. Dad grabbed Mom's arm and shoved her outside. We could hear her voice telling us to open up for a while, but then Dad said he'd call the police, and she disappeared somewhere.
Phew, Yuna, I'm so sorry.
Oh, no, Dad, please. So, did you really want to hear the truth after all? Do you sometimes wish I'd kept it quiet?
No, dear, I hate lies more than anything. And now I know your mother's true nature, so I won't have to waste the rest of my life.
I want to get married someday, and I've decided I'll be there for him and support him even when we, as a married couple or as a family, are having a hard time. I think it was thanks to Mom that I feel this way. Perhaps because she taught me what not to do. Later on, I got a message from Kenya. He seemed to have turned over a new leaf after he went independent, and he started to treat me very kindly. According to him, after the whole incident, Mom apparently came to his apartment asking to take her in, but he chased her away. Of course, my mother abandoned him herself, so she definitely had that coming. I don't know what she's doing now, but my father said she must be alive at least because the monthly alimony deposits was transferred into his account from her. I've learned that liars suffer in the end, Dad. I'm going to live my life honestly now.